Hi everyone, it is me, Plantain Charlene, and today's video is about plants that I own that have flowered or are about to flower. Okay, so before I begin, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I am a proud plant parent and I make videos based on either plants that I have purchased, plants that I own, or repotting, anything like that that has something to do with plants. If you have returned to watching my videos, thank you as well. I appreciate you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to know when I put out another video. Okay, so, excuse me, let's begin with the first plant, and that will be my Oxalis plant that I recently purchased. I'll put the video up here somewhere over here, wherever it lands. But here it is in this cute little kitty cat pot, and if I turn it around, there is the flower, which is so pretty. I'm hoping that I'll get a bunch of them. I had this plant prior and it flowered for me as well, but they were white flowers, so I'm happy to see some purple flowers in here. I like bringing color into the home with my plants. Not everything needs to be a green plant. You can bring color in, whether it's the leaves or if it's the fact that the plant flowers. The Oxalis is a pretty easy going plant. This plant is very resilient. If you forget to water this plant often, it may go into a dormant stage depending on how long it's been since you watered it. And if it does, let it stay dormant. That means that the soil is totally dried out, and wait a couple of days and then start to water it again, and before you know it, you're going to start to see new stems pushing out with these it's not four-leaf clover, but it's clover looking like leaves, which is so pretty. This is one of those underrated plants in my opinion. I think this plant does not get enough attention. It does have a variegated one that's in a green, and there's a solid green. I've only owned the one that looks like this. I don't know if there's one that's variegated in the purple color leaves. If it is, I say check it out and see if you would like that one. So again, my Oxalis has sent out a bloom for me, and I'm very, very happy about that. Yay! So the next plant I am going to talk about is my Frizzle Sizzle. Now, I recently purchased this plant. I'll put the video up here when I did an unboxing. This plant always reminds me of like an onion pushing out scallions, or green onions, whatever. So you see that tubular, I believe is what this is called, down here. This plant takes a lot of sun, a lot of sun. You can give it direct sun, you can give it afternoon sun, because it helps with these leaves to curl this way. But if you look down there in the center, you see that right there? Right there. That is a bloom pushing through. And the thing about this plant is that when the blooms, when they flower out, they have a nice scent to them. I believe they say it smells like vanilla. I'm trying to see if I can give you guys a better look at that. So you see, and this will push up about 12 inches high, and it's not the prettiest looking thing, but it gives nice smelling flowers, and I'm happy with that. So yeah, you see this brown tipping, that's normal, that's okay, especially if you got a bloom coming through. You're gonna get brown tips on your leaves, because there's something about the flower that pulls the energy from the rest of the plant so it can do what it needs to do, causing this brown tipping. Which they say, if you don't want the brown tipping, the browning on the tips, to cut off the flower and the energy will go back into the leaves. but I actually want my plant to push out this flower. And it flowers in the, usually in the summer, late spring, early summer. So actually, I think I'm incorrect. It actually blooms during the spring, and the summer it goes dormant. It's a dormancy in the summer for this plant. I was looking at the instructions that's on the back here, and it does say what I said before about prefers full sun. It does say to keep soil moist, not wet. I should know this. I shouldn't have to read this, but sometimes I forget. Fertilize every 4 weeks. It's not hardy for no frost, and obvious, not meant for eating. Some things just should not have to be told. Now, my other plant that is flowering is right behind me here. Not this one, but that one up there, which is a Hoya. You can kind of see a bloom. Let me see if I can. Okay, I was doing a bad job, so right there is a bloom. But I'm going to put a video in to show you guys what I'm talking about, because I didn't want to take that plant down from there and put it in front of me. It's kind of big. These two are much smaller plants, and show you what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so here is the Hoya Lacunosa splash. The leaves have such a nice silvery splash on them. I'm hoping I catch enough video that you guys can really see that, but it really looks pretty. The one thing about this Hoya versus my other Hoyas is that this is the only one that has bloomed for me. And here you see a bloom that's coming, and in the next video that's going to show, you'll see what that bloom looks like. There we go. There's the bloom. This is very different from most of the Hoyas that you see. They kind of, when they bloom, they kind of come out in a ball shape, but this one stays kind of flat, just like this. And you'll get just about as many flowers you see there, and it smells so nice. So nice. And I've had at least 5 to 6 blooms at a time, but I will say that the blooms don't last that long. This plant is currently in my living room, and the temperature in the room averages about 70 degrees right now. It's in a northeast facing window, and the humidity is about, currently in the past 4 or 5 days, 60 to 65%. And this plant does appreciate some humidity, so it's getting what it needs. It's been blooming for me since like November, maybe even October. So as you see, there's just blooms. So I'm very happy with this plant. This is one of my favorite Hoyas, and I hope you guys can see why. Wanted to do a quick shout out to my Hoya. As you can see, there's two new leaves, and look at how pretty the pink is. Like, oh, this beats out a pink princess any day. I don't care if it is temporary. It's so pretty. And on these two, you get to see the pink around the edges. Yes, I love it. Color. I love having color in my plant. Okay, so last but not least is my succulent, and it is called the Lifesaver succulent. It's currently being time-lapse, so I'm going to put a video in that shows you the plant, and then in that video you'll be able to see how the flower is coming through. What I did notice is that there's another flower there that is not like a Lifesaver shape at all, but it's something. So here's the video, guys. Okay, so here is the Lifesaver plant. It is called the Lifesaver plant because that bloom, once it opens, looks like it has an actual Lifesaver candy stuck to the flower, which is so unique to me. This is one of the reasons why I knew I wanted to get this plant. It's very easy to propagate. You can just click off those pups, put them directly in soil. Keep that soil dry for at least a week, or you can let it callus over, not in soil, and then stick it in the soil and then water the soil lightly. As you see there to the left of the bloom, it looks like a second one is coming, but I'm not really sure because I didn't see what the original flower looked like when it started to come out. This plant receives a lot of sun. It sits in a southwest facing window in my bedroom, so it gets afternoon sun for at least 6 hours of the day. After I filmed this, the bloom actually opened, but as I noted, I have it on a time lapse, so I'm not including it in this video. I'm going to leave that as a separate video that I hope you guys enjoy once I put it together. So there it is. There's my Lifesaver succulent. All right, so that is it. I appreciate anybody and everybody who has watched my video. I hope you comment, like, subscribe, click the bell to know when another video is coming, and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep planting.